Do you have a PS5 controller that suffers from controller drift? You know, when you don't touch the button and your man, if you're playing the game, just randomly goes to the left or randomly goes to the right or randomly runs forward and you didn't touch one of these buttons at all? Well, if that's you, then guess what? We got the fix for y'all today. My son challenged me. He said, hey dad, we had this controller for a long time, almost a year. And from the box, this controller drift issue has been in place. So my first reaction was, broke controller, let me call PlayStation, send it back, see what's going on. But this was brand new out the box. And then my son also challenged me. He asked me, he said, Dad, can you fix it? You know, as a dad, you got to try to fix it, right? So look, what I did was I looked for every way under the sun to fix it. And so far what I found that every way that included not opening this controller up didn't work for me. So we had to open it up. Once we opened it up, we put a couple videos together and I found a surefire way to fix the controller drift in your controller. So definitely come journey with us. We're going to go through, we're going to open this baby up, and we're going to let you know how to fix your controller drift. Check it out. Hey guys, a couple things we'll need before we get started. We need a 2.0 times 50 millimeter Phillips head screwdriver. That'll help us out, get this thing unscrewed. Breaking the sides open, you can use a pick. You can use a classic pick. You can kind of pry the sides open with this. I like to use these little small little screwdriver pickers. I'm not sure what they're called, but these guys are great. Need you some Q-tips. We're gonna need some Q-tips for cleaning. We definitely need some rubbing alcohol and get you some tweezers so when we get in there we can pull out some things. We got to move some ribbons around, so you're definitely going to need the tweezers. Let's go. Step one, we got to take this off. We got to take the front cover off. So what I like to do is go to the corner of your controller. Like I said, I take my picker, pop that thing out, go to the other side, same thing. Find you a little place where you can get under it, pop it out, and we're just gonna pull that thing right off. Comes off just like that. You'll see that. What that should expose is a screw here, a screw there, and then we gotta pop the R1 and L1 off. What that does is it exposes these two screws and these two screws. But now that our screws are exposed, now we go on to step 2 and unscrew it. Cool, screws are out. It's time to open this thing up. This should come out fairly easy. Unhinge these, pop that out, pull it out, and there you have it. 2 pieces of controller. All right, out of step 2, we've got it open. This is how it should look from the back. Now it's time to perform surgery, guys. Pull the battery out. Unhook it from its compartment, battery to the side. That leaves us with the back looking like this. We're gonna take our same screwdriver, gonna actually unscrew the battery compartment. Can you see that? Yeah, there we go. I'll keep it here. Battery out, compartment out. Now, when you pull the compartment out, this ribbon right here, I think it's your dual shock. Pull that out, pull your battery compartment out. I'll put this over here. Now you should be left with a board that looks like this. Now, I want you to be careful. You can keep this, the left side dual shock ribbon in. We'll keep that one in. But we're gonna have to pull this one on the right out So just kind of get your pliers. I'm gonna go hard because my finger's a little oily. And pull that up. Next, we gotta pull this blue one out. This next blue one. This guy out. This guy is being difficult. But he comes out. There you go. It's out. So, all three out, all four out. We're gonna keep this one in because we don't wanna have to mess that up. And we're just gonna pull and flip. See that? We flipped it. So once you got both of your controller out, the front should kind of look like this, guys. Let me hold this down. Front will look like that. Hold, put that down, face down. You should have an exposed circuit board. Now, for us, controller drift was happening on the right stick, so on the left stick actually, so flipped upside down, that'll be the right because this will be the flip of what you see. So we'll pull this off, the DualShock controller off of the one that was having the issues. Just pull that up. Now you see the DualShock. You see how this little thing on the side and at the top works? Cool, that's what we'll be working on. Now, where is the problem? The problem lies here and here. So I did the resetting of the controllers, I did everything. But when I fixed this and this fixed my issue. So, stick your wedge in there. It's a little tight, don't be afraid. Pop it out. You'll hear a sound, it sounds like it's broke. Not a problem. You see, it'll come sideways ajar. I'll do the same for the top one, just so you can see how this works. So you see I got both pried open, right? Now here's the fix. You're gonna pull this white piece out, like so. And you'll see that this green, you see that inside ring? Try to get a close up for you guys. See that inside ring? That gets dirty. That gets oil, that gets gunk, that gets a whole bunch of stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean that, then we're gonna come back and clean this, and then we're gonna put it back together. And problem will be fixed. So, how do we clean it? Take our Q-tip, and we take our alcohol. Got my Q-tip wet, and we just go in. We clean this, get all of the gunk out of it, clean around that. Be sure to get your hairs, your Q-tip hairs out of there, because that'll mess with it too. So if you see little hairs, just go ahead and pull them. If you gotta pull them with your tweezer, go ahead and pull them. And once you're done, do the same exact cleaning for your metal contacts. Brush these off. Now be careful, because these two kind of sit up. It's two rings on here that sit up. Make sure they're not touching. Make sure they don't make contact. Now that you got them clean, make sure there's no hairs in there. What I want you to do is take this white piece with the rings pointing to the top, put it back over the orange piece. You'll line it up, you'll see it go straight in. You can't go no other way. Can't go no other way. And once it's in, push it forward, boom, and lock them in. Do the same for your one on the right side. You're gonna pull it out. You're gonna clean it. Once you clean it, make sure there's no hairs in it. Take that part that is popping out, and you want to point that directly. Get that piece of hair out. The part that's standing up, you want to stand it up, and you want to put that same piece over top of that white piece, and we're going to snap that thing back in. Pow. Just like that. It's just that simple, guys. Now we're going to go and put the thumb controller back on. Now that that's back on, we're going to flip everything back. So we're going to take that up. Let's flip everything back. Watch these ribbons. Watch the ribbons. Watch the ribbons. Take the ribbon out. Pop this ribbon up. You should have 4 ribbons. 1, 2, 3. And then this guy up down here. Make sure your controller don't get caught up. Looks good, looks good, looks good. It's back in place. Looks good, looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ribbons. We never took that out, but we got the 5 ribbons. So now you have it. You have all your ribbons ready to be plugged back in place. Let's plug them back in. Done. This one's in, but I'm gonna show you, if you lose the rubber off of your shock piece, don't worry, we'll fix it. Now, let's go over, let's put our battery holder back in place. When we do this, watch your dual shock ribbons here. Make sure that's down nice and tight. We good there. All our ribbons in place. Put our battery in. If you want to know which way the battery go, just make sure your QR code is up. And then let's just slide that battery contact in. Battery is connected. If your little plastic things come off, and I think this is for the dual shock, not sure. Anybody out there that knows, you can help me with this. But if this comes off, it's fine. It opens up. It's a plastic piece. You just slide it in. Slide it on over top of your dual shock. Actually, I think this side comes up. But this goes like that. Simple, easy peasy. And then you just put it through the hole. And there you have it. Once that's in place, we can kind of put this thing back together. We got it all locked in. We got our controller together. We go get our back of the controller. Slide it on ever so lightly. Looks good to me. And we start screwing. Now let's finish putting the L1 and R1s on. Here go the L1. I like to start in the back, pop that down. Here's the R1. I'll start in the back, pop that down. Go back, put our front on. And that snaps in. Snaps in. Look at what we got. No more controller drift. Let me know what you think. We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Kill that controller drift. It's TrippTalk Tech, y'all.
TrippTalk Tech. You gotta see it even when it never is far-fetched. Gotta believe in yourself in the process until you progress, till you progress.